Imagine tapping your phone right now. Your finger touches a cold sheet of glass, and somehow the phone instantly knows exactly where you touched, how many fingers you used, and whether you meant to tap, swipe, pinch, or type a paragraph. It feels simple, but underneath is one of the strangest interactions you have with technology every single day. Your body is literally manipulating an invisible electric field floating above the glass. Most people think touch screens work like pressure sensors. You press and it responds, but modern phones don't care about pressure at all. They care about your electricity, because a touch screen isn't reading your finger. It's reading the distortion your finger causes in a carefully engineered electric field. Here's what's actually happening. Inside the glass of your phone is a grid of transparent electrodes, thin lines of conductive material woven invisibly beneath the surface. They create a tiny, constantly shifting electric field. You never feel it, but it is always there. When your finger gets close, you bring your own conductivity into that field. Your body is a giant bag of salty water, a perfect conductor. And the moment that electric field touches you, it bends. That bend is the whole trick. Your phone senses the exact place where the electric field changes shape. It measures the drop in charge, compares it to the signals coming from every other point in the grid, and triangulates your touch point in a fraction of a second. This is why touch screens don't just sense touch. They're sensing electric coupling between your body and the glass. And it only works because you are part of the circuit. This also explains one of the biggest mysteries people have about touch screens. Why don't gloves work? Because fabric is not conductive. Your finger isn't reaching the electric field, so the screen reads nothing. Touchscreen gloves contain tiny conductive threads that pull your body's charge to the outside of the glove, letting you complete the circuit again. The same thing is true for styluses. The ones that work aren't sharp, pen-like tools. They're fat, rubber-tipped rods designed to mimic the electrical footprint of a human finger. A razor-sharp metal point won't register at all. It's too thin to distort the field. Now, the part almost nobody realizes. Touchscreens don't just detect where you touched, they detect how you touched. The strength of the disturbance, the size of your fingerprint, the shape of the electrical footprint, the way it changes over time. This is how the screen tells the difference between a tap, a long press, a swipe, a pinch, and two fingers versus one. And the entire system is responsive enough that your phone can track 10 fingers simultaneously with the precision of a drawing tablet on a sheet of glass that looks totally blank. Before capacitive screens, phones used resistive touch screens, two flexible layers of plastic that physically pressed together when touched. They worked with any object, but they were slow, inaccurate, not multi-touch, and every press wore down the screen. Capacitive screens don't wear out. They rely on fields, not force. This is why they're fast enough for typing, drawing, swiping, gaming, all with zero pressure required. A touchscreen can even sense your finger before you touch the glass. If your finger gets close enough, your electric field begins interacting with the grid. Some phones use this for hover gestures, but most hide it because it complicates everyday use. And while all of this is happening, the phone's processor constantly filters noise, electrical noise from your body, environment, and the phone's own electronics. It ignores anything inconsistent with human touch and locks onto anything that looks like intentional interaction. The result is that a sheet of glass becomes one of the most responsive, intuitive interfaces humans have ever built. Your finger makes the touch screen work. It can also make the subscribe button work. Just saying.